So hi guys, my name is Kunal and today we're gonna learn what is SAP and what are the roles upon which a person will be able to work after the completion of the SAP training. So first let me start the PPT. So yes, what is SAP? The full form of the SAP is System Applications and Product and Data Processing. Generally, SAP is a system which integrates the business processes. It is very much similar to the Tally, which is ERP. The full form of the ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. We're going to learn more about the ERP in the next slide. SAP was developed and made by the 5 former employees of an IBM company. They generally left that organization in order to develop the SAP system for the business organization. The registered office of the SAP is located in Germany. Now, I have came to many people who didn't know about the SAP. Even I am one of those person who initially didn't know anything about the SAP, why it is used, how it is used in the business organizations, what are the advantages, disadvantages and many more. So basically SAP is an ERP which is very much similar to Tally, which are used by the small firms and even large business organizations in order to record their day-to-day expenses, revenue, to draw the balance sheet, to draw the reports and many more. But one thing which is the difference between the SAP and the Tally ERP is that SAP is very much broader as compared to Tally. Under SAP, any person who wants to know about a transaction or an expenses, revenue, cost of a particular sector, which is either located in any of the branches, whether in their home country or in the host country, he will be able to access it with the help of the SAP system, with the help of the laptop or the computer. It's become very much flexible to him to access, as all the data are maintained under one system. So that's the difference between the SAP and the Tally ERP. Let's come next to ERP. What we actually learned earlier, that is ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. By enterprise, we generally come to know the name of the organization for which expenses, revenues, cost are recorded. Resources are the things which are very much needed by an organization to run it. For example, money, men, material and machine. And planning. By optimally utilizing the resources, the organization can plan what can be their future goal, or you can say how they can progress in the near future. So next, coming on, what are the several ERPs that are into the market? So first is the SAP, that is the System Applications and Product and Data Processing. Then comes the Oracle Financials. Then comes Jaded Words. Then comes the BAAN. Then Epicor. And then PeopleSoft. So these are the different ERPs which are used by the MNCs. However, out of these ERP, the most popular is the SAP, and it has been used by multiple business organizations, mainly the MNCs. One information I would like you all to give is that SAP are generally used by the middle and the MNCs, what we say the big MNCs. The main reason for this is the cost of maintaining the SAP system in a business organization is very high. That's why SAP are not used by small business organization to record their transaction. And this is one of the reasons the small business organization use Tally because it is quite cheap and easily available. However, SAP is easily available, but in order to access the SAP system, the money which an organization has to pay is very high, for which they go for Tally and not the SAP. And due to this, because of the high revenues, MNC can afford the price of the SAP. Now let's come to the rule on which a person will be working after he has completed the SAP training. So generally there are two roles, that is the end user and the consultant. We will understand the roles with the help of an example. For example, there is a company named Tata Motors who is currently using Tally ERP for recording their business transactions. However, due to competition in the market, various companies in the market have shifted to SAP because it is much more broader than Tally. Due to this, the organization people decided that they will be shifting their system into SAP, for which they hire a consultant who is a person who has a wide knowledge into the SAP system. He first understands the business processes of an organization, and then after getting the access to a SAP system, he tries to implement those business organization structure and the system into the SAP system so that it can be used by the employees of an organization to record the transaction. Now, the consultant role is the one where the person develops the entire business structure of an organization and put that business structure into the SAP system. So yes, as a consultant, the person will be generally working upon the projects of an organization. So there are various projects which will be looking into the coming sessions. But yes, he will be implementing those projects. However, the role of an end user is the consultant provides the access to use the SAP system of an organization, and generally that system is used by the end user to record the transaction. If the end user gets any error or does not understand the system of an SAP, then he contacts the consultant who has developed the business process of an organization to clear out the doubts. So yes, the role of the consultant is quite broader as compared to role of an end user. However, in order to get into the consultant role, everyone has to be an end user so that he gets the knowledge how SAP works, and after getting an exposure to the end user position, he can easily access the consultant role. One thing I would say to you guys is, while learning SAP, you need regular practice, otherwise you won't be able to do it, because the more you spend time into the SAP portal, the more you get it. And another thing I would like to clear it out, that SAP has quite a good scope into the market. Yes, there are scenarios that getting into the SAP or landing a job in the SAP is a bit hard, but once you land your first job, your career is set, and then the sky is the limit for your salary. So yes, SAP is quite a good course. I would like people to suggest that going into SAP is very good. And also in SAP there are more than 100 modules. Like, it depends upon your background. For example, if you are from an accounting field, you need to go for an SAP FICO, that is Financial Accounting and Controlling. And my page will generally have the content related to SAP FICO. We will first discuss the basics, and then we'll move towards the working of the SAP system. So guys, if you like my content, please share, like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that in the coming future I will upload a lot videos related to SAP FICO and the implementation part. So thank you. Have a nice day.